Los Angeles Clippers head coach Doc Rivers has a distinct shouting style, his hoarse voice audible from all the way across an NBA arena. Rivers gets a technical from time to time, and less often he'll earn himself an ejection. Then again, sometimes Rivers is trying to get ejected. According to a story Rivers told reporters on Thursday, the former Boston Celtics coach said that he once tried to get himself thrown out of a game so he could watch Tiger Woods in the Masters. Seriously, that's the real-life version of sim to end of game from NBA 2K18. Philadelphia AP, Indiana Pacers center Miles Turner has been cleared to return following a 7-game absence because of a concussion. Coach Nate McMillan was to play Turner off the bench Friday night against Philadelphia. Turner had 21 points, 14 rebounds and 4 blocks in Indiana's season-opening win over Brooklyn on October 18 before being sidelined. McMillan had Domantas Sabonis as the starting center against the 76ers. He said Turner will not be under a minutes restriction, but his conditioning will likely limit his playing time. Turner's return paired him against Philadelphia's Joel Embiid in a matchup of promising young centers. In the aftermath of Gordon Hayward's likely season-ending injury for Boston, the question popped up: could any other team in the East rise up and challenge Cleveland? And with the Cavaliers stumbling out of the gate, dare teams even dream of more? The Washington Wizards popped into my head, and I am not alone. Then I saw them play in person against the Lakers, a game where they were unimpressive and lost. A couple of nights ago they gave up 122 points to the Suns and lost at home. The Wizards are not playing like a threat to anyone, but Bradley Beal feels they still are the best in the East and said so on ESPN's The Jump Friday afternoon, ahead of a showdown with the struggling Cavaliers. I feel like we're the best team. That's just the way I feel. I always stand by it because, why would I sit here and say another team's better than my team? I'm not going to sit here and do that. I've got confidence in myself and my teammates and what we can bring to our team and what we can accomplish. Beal never lacks for confidence. It's early, maybe by the end of the season the Wizards can be a threat in the East, but right now they're just okay. They are not focused and certainly not consistent. Plus, the old problem of the bench being a disaster is back. The Wizards' starting five right now, John Wall, Beal, Kelly Oubre Jr., Otto Porter, and Marcin Gortat, is outscoring opponents by 23.6 points per 100 possessions, but dip into the bench and Washington gets outplayed nightly. The Wizards are fifth in the NBA in offensive rating, points scored per possession, but take garbage time out of the equation as Ben Focht is at cleaning the glass and they drop to a pedestrian 12th. The Wizards are doing well in transition, as you would expect with a Wall-led team, and in the Wall-Gortat pick and roll is always strong, but they are not getting a lot of points in the paint. 38.2% of their points have come in the paint, 25th in the NBA, and they are not taking enough threes, 23rd in the NBA in percentage of points from three, once garbage time stats are removed. That means a lot of mid-range jumpers, and while Beal and Porter can hit them, it's not the most efficient way to score. The Wizards will get Markieff Morris back soon and that will help with depth, allowing Oubre to return to a sixth-man role where he should thrive. He's been impressive this year as well. It's early, and Beal is always confident, but right now the Wizards do not look like a team threatening anyone. They need to improve to get where they think they belong. LeBron James isn't shy about singing. It's quite common to see him rapping along to whatever song is playing in the Cavaliers' locker room. One of his rapping workout Instagram videos was infamously mocked this summer by Stephen Curry, who was joined by a laughing Kyrie Irving. That didn't deter LeBron, who puts his sing-along skills on full display in this fun video. That rumored Eric Bledsoe-Reggie Jackson trade, more details are emerging. The big holdup appeared to be that the Suns didn't want Jackson, but they found a potential third team, the Pelicans, to take him. Still, that wasn't enough to complete a deal. Jake Fisher of Sports Illustrated: after a morning of trade discussions, the proposed deal is now dead. Phoenix would have received Detroit's 2019 first-round pick, New Orleans' 2018 first-round pick, Alexis Ajinca and Omer Asik. Detroit would have acquired Bledsoe. The deal would have landed Jackson in New Orleans. Pistons president-coach Stan Van Gundy, via Rod Beard of the Detroit News: "It was crazy yesterday," Van Gundy said Friday. "I left practice yesterday and there's a rumor out on Reggie and Bledsoe, so I had to get home and call Reggie and say we're not trading you for Bledsoe. I don't usually address all of them, but it's early in the season. You can't address all of them at the trade deadline, but I felt the need to address this." Did the Pistons want to trade Jackson for Bledsoe? Perhaps. It seems likely they at least explored a framework. But I also believe Van Gundy would have assured Jackson the point guard wouldn't be traded for Bledsoe only if Van Gundy were certain of that. Van Gundy might not have made that pledge a couple days ago, but by yesterday, Van Gundy was confident his deal wasn't happening. It would have been within the range of reasonable for all three teams, though that's without knowing highly important pick protections and potentially other players involved. The Suns would have gained valuable first-round picks for Bledsoe and accept the awful contracts of Osick and Ajinka. But that's not so bad for Phoenix, which would have a tough time carving out significant cap space the next couple years, anyway, and probably an even harder time luring star free agents with it. The Pistons would have gotten better and cheaper at point guard. Bledsoe and Avery Bradley would have formed a tenacious defensive backcourt duo. The savings would have been important with Bradley headed toward free agency and the luxury tax looming. The Pelicans would have gained much-needed backcourt help while unloading a couple bad contracts. With general manager Dell Demps on the hot seat and DeMarcus Cousins a threat to walk next summer, the present matters a great deal in New Orleans. What's another first-round pick out the door still? The deal wasn't quite good enough for at least one of the teams involved. Considering Van Gundy's message, it's probably too late to salvage it.